see the difference. This is it's like the rays on the carrier, and you can see the machine gun turret up here on the top. This is an older model. This is actually this aircraft right here. So that they removed the turret and they brought this. This is actually a navigation trainer. So when you get somebody up there with a sextant and he's doing all this kind of stuff.
So does this fly? No, or it's,
this one, this one, yes, it can fly. The reason they haven't flown recently is because it's an extremely noisy. General Lyon started an airline in California called Air California, of all things. American Airlines bought Air California for that, so they kept him on the board. And what he did was, this DC-3 is decorated in American Airlines colors that you would have seen on an American DC-3 in the late 40s and early 50s. It's not an original American Airlines DC-3 for this reason. American was the only airline that had the boarding ladder on the right side. It's half track and half motorcycle. When the invasion of Russia took place, the roads they're still deplorable.
Yeah.
And so to get around and the haul stuff, they had a few of these that worked out pretty good. World War II, there were two companies that manufactured Jeeps, Willys and Ford. This particular one and the one that we have over at the other end of the museum, they're both manufactured by Ford. If you look under the gas tank here, you can see it's emblazoned Ford.
Yes.
And I think Willys got mad about that, and they said, "You don't do that anymore." So they, the other one that we have over there doesn't have it. The machine gun that's on here is basically for decorative thing. There's two gas lines that go up here, and when you pull the trigger, if they have this thing out on display, it bang, 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 nothing goes out of it. On Jeeps, the worst seat is the driver's seat, and you know why? That's the gas tank. Yeah. The other one you can see it, but right here, Ford does have a little F. The other one will be able to see it right there. It's emblazoned in there. There's an F. So, and then the other thing, if you're working on the Jeep at night and you need light, you just unscrew this bolt and you lift this up and you have light to work.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Wow. This thing's 88 years old. Not in bad shape for it. Yeah.
80 years old.
Well, it's built in 31. And it's British because in England they drive on the left side of the road. Yeah. So the passenger thing is on the left side, unlike the U.S. where everything's on the right side. And the reason it looks like a boat is because the guy that built this thing was a boat builder. So it was a boat builder. This one here is a Japanese motorcycle. They also drive on the left side.
Japanese.
And Harley-Davidson motorcycles, they gave a license to a Japanese company to build Harley-Davidson motorcycles over there. These are very crude. There's no instruments on it. Yeah. You can shift it and all that. But the thing that's weird is for the person sitting here, you can put one foot here. But where do you put the other one? This is exhaust fan. You can burn your leg off.
So this was built during the World War II.
Yeah, 43.
How come Harley-Davidson gave since you were involved?
Well, they gave them the license prior. They gave them in the mid-30s. They gave them the license to do that.
I see.
We got a couple of other motorcycles over there. We have a 1921 Harley-Davidson. It was also owned by Steve McQueen. This is a Zundap, German. You can see over here.
Oh, that's amazing.
There were 57 of these built. Okay, 57. Yeah. 8 of them were converted to communication vehicles where they put radios and all that. So 49 of them were done this way. There's 3 left in the world. This is one. One of them is here. One of them is owned by the Royal Family of Spain, and another is in a museum. I don't know if you ever get a chance, if you get to Germany, Sinsheim. But they're pretty certain that Hitler actually was in this one.
Yeah. In this one?
Yeah. Well, what happened is he would drive into town, and there would be 5 of these. He would be in the lead one, there'd be 4 behind him, and as soon as he stopped, 2 would go ahead, and the guards would get out, to kind of protect them from the populace. He was very short, so for him to be in this thing, he would be. They fold up the seat, as you can see, and this is the original upholstery. They put a stool there, and he'd stand up, and then you can see the handhold right next to the rear view mirror there.
Yeah.
So bulletproof glass.
This is bulletproof.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's that thick. The armor-plated steel sides. When you get over on the other, both rear sets drive. You got dual in the back there.
Wow.
And I've seen a video of the one in Germany that they drive on a mud road. This thing is very heavy. I mean, it's really heavy.
Yeah.
And the thing is sliding all over the place because it's of that. Two other things, and we'll keep going, but I'll show you. This is some other. On the front of this, there's a different type of light. If you're driving at night and you have your headlights on, if there's a night fighter attack, he knows exactly where the
Yeah, you have to.
got 2 lights. It's got to be right there. This thing is
Speculate.
it's a floodlight. It makes it impossible to figure out exactly where the vehicle is because it floods the whole area. When way back in the 40s and early 50s, before we had supermarkets, the Helms Bakery used to have these trucks that would go into the residential areas, and the housewives. Yeah, and the reason they knew the truck was there is because they would hear this. Oh, here comes the Helms bread truck. Now, the interesting thing on this is driven standing up. The stripes that you see on here, the black and white stripes, they were invasion stripes for D-Day, because what happened was in 1943 over Sicily or somewhere in that vicinity, there was a flight of U.S. Army Air Force planes that flew over some Navy destroyers, and they thought they were part of the Luftwaffe, and they shot a couple of them down. So to make sure that didn't happen,
They put the
the
stripes on.
Normandy invasion, all of the airplanes of the Allied forces had these stripes on it. So, that's one of ours. Don't shoot it. They all have a name to say. Yeah. The interior of this is very original. That's exactly the way it would be.
Wow.
The cargo compartments are here. You open that up. There's a bathroom or a blue room on the back. There's also the accommodations for a galley. You can see the size of the door here. You can actually get a Jeep in here.
Yeah.
And they got a guy dressed up like a paratrooper, except he would not go that way with the rifle slung around his neck.
Yeah.
Because if he did, as soon as the parachute opened, it'd probably rip his head off. Cars that actually competed in the Indy 500. And the thing that gets me, it was driven by Bobby Unser. The thing that gets me is the engine would have like 195 cubic inches and develop 800 horsepower.
800.
Yeah, I don't know how in the world they got that out of there, but they did. Now on the back of it, you can see where they start these things there. That little cover there, you take that off, and there's a starter unit that you plug in, and that's what starts again. The spoiler here is designed to keep the thing
downforce.
Starts floating. The flush rivets, see, it makes a big difference. But these aircraft, this particular model, had one of the longest service lives of any military aircraft in existence.
6 years.
Yeah. Now this particular one, the nose on it is a little different than the original A-26. Keep in mind, the thing had 6 machine guns, 3 in each wing. It also had 8 machine guns
8.
in the nose. So if you homed in on some target, hit the fire, but you got 14 50 caliber machine guns going off of one.
Feeding frenzy. Ari.
Yeah.
No. Take a look at this. Look at the machine, το προβόλο.
Α, το